Not mental health, mental wealth. Are you investing in things that bring you peace? Are you spending your time with things that are going to enrich your life?
Oh, wow.
Are you saving? Are you saving those experiences that are going to make you a better person? And then it's going to pay you dividends.
That's so good.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, mental health is important, but are you actually investing in your mental wealth? So that's kind of what this is, and I think Black folk in general, people of color in general, it's really important because we understand how hard it is.
Welcome to the Hope Mindset Podcast. I'm Michaela Hughes Shaw, and 10 years ago, I started a movement called How About Hope, and the HOPE stands for Helping Others and Providing Encouragement. Our goal is to challenge negative beliefs and experiences and to break stigmas about what goes on in our minds and to live in the sunshine, especially after overcoming dark times. The Hope Mindset Podcast is all about telling stories of struggle turned strength.
All right, so I'm Stephen King. I'm the founder and owner of The Rain Shop. And The Rain Shop is a eclectic retail shop that is powered by art and culture. And we do a lot with the community, multiple schools, a lot of local wear. We also work with business. I don't know where I should look. Should I look right here?
Yeah, you could just look right there.
All right. We do a lot of work with the community. We also do a lot of work with the schools and working with the bands, the sports clubs, student councils. We work with entrepreneurs to give them a place to put their items. So the Rain Shop is kind of a one-stop shop for all of your needs, whether it's culture, music, pop culture, local, sports, everything, this Ohio.
Yeah, absolutely. And, what is it that made you want to open the Rain Shop in the first place? Is it because you felt like this was something that was missing in the community?
Yeah, well, that and my inner child. When I was 15, I used to work at TJ Maxx, and I worked there for years. I said, one day I'm gonna have my own TJ Maxx, but I wanted it to be black though. So that was kind of my thing. I wanted to make sure that childhood passion of mine of retail and fashion and just being in a place that has customer service, that's important to me. So that's why I got it going.
That's awesome. How old were you when you, so 15 you said?
I was like 15, about 15.
Okay.
15, and I kind of, it lay dormant for years, and then the opportunity came, because my mom used to own this shop, and then she was done with it, and I said, you know what, this is my opportunity to go back and chase that dream.
Absolutely.
And I did it, and I've been doing it ever since.
Did she own the shop here?
She owned this exact shop.
What did she sell?
She sold clothes for the saints.
What?
for church folk, yeah.
Really?
Absolutely. It was drabby purple and dirty pink. It was a different decorum. I'll say that.
Definitely. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So you're like a second generation entrepreneur.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Absolutely.
This is a little different.
It's a little different. Little different. So some of her customers come back sometime and say, where's the dresses? I'm like,
like, we do not carry those.
We don't carry those anymore. Yeah. That's the previous owner, but she's my mom, so I usually just share the number and they contact her. But yeah.
No, that's very cool.
Yeah.
I had no idea that it was the same the building.
Same
either.
building.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I love learning something new.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And really, you have kind of accomplished that dream in a way with this space because. Correct me if I'm wrong, aren't all of the vendors Black-owned businesses?
Yes, so all the vendors here are Black. So all the businesses that I started with and I'm currently with are small business owner entrepreneurs that are minorities. So that's our focus, to make sure that those people that are don't have the access to funds to open their own retail store, I'll do it for you at a low cost. You come in and we promote your stuff for free, give you a small percentage of of the sales. But yeah, that's our goal, to push forward those folks that may not have the vehicle to put their stuff out there.
Yeah, because I'm sure it is just a lot really to get a brick and mortar
Absolutely.
up and off of the ground and to keep it going. So,
Yep.
And, how has it felt to get a really positive response from the community?
Oh, it's humbling, truly humbling. I still some days I just look at my IG over the last 2 years. I'm like, man, this was an idea, and now it's here in fruition. So for me, I still get chills. I still look at my IG and all the things I've done and all the people that are wearing the clothes that I've made and the children I've inspired, it's truly humbling still to this day. It's like expanded from just being a school or culture shop. Now it's like I can make anything for any industry, and that's our goal, to make sure that we put a stamp on everything, no matter what. It could be schools, it could be a janitorial service, or it could be a nursing company. Whatever it is, let us make your stuff for you and make you look good while you're doing business.
Well, and one of the clothing lines that you have released, or one of the projects really, Hug Your Homies.
Yes.
So we were talking about this during my day job when I came to do a Black History Month story about the Rain Shop. But tell me, where did the idea for Hug Your Homies come from, would you say?
Well, I can't take the credit for it totally. My best friend, he actually came up with the idea of Hug Your Homies. But the good thing about it is, once we sat down and talked about it, and he explained to me the meaning behind it. Because at first, when I first saw it, my first thought was, that's an LGBTQ. That's what I first thought.
That was your first.
We
love them too.
We do. We roll with everybody. But so when people see it, and it's supposed to be a conversation starter. When you see it, you're supposed to be like, okay, you know what? Okay, well, what's that? But what it is it's a mental health awareness shirt, and it basically just is a way for us to send a reminder to people that, hey, no matter how strong you are, hug your friends, because that embrace, that touch is important. And no matter if you're gay, straight, we should all be hugging our homies, hugging our moms, hugging our sisters, hugging our husbands. Everybody deserves a hug. So that's kind of what I kind of took from what he told me.
Really, in this time too, there's just been so much going on.
That's right.
Generationally, like intergenerationally, really, we have struggled to talk about mental health.
Yep.
In a way that is not like directly connected to the church.
Right.
So it'll be you can pray away your demons.
Yeah.
But there are therapists out there.
There are.
And there are people that, God gifted with the ability to connect with people in that way.
Right.
And so I guess in a very long-winded way, my question to you is, where does mental health and minorities kind of fit into the Hug Your Homies initiative too?
So for me, my mom was actually she has her master's in social work. So I grew up in a household that was, the focus was your mental health.
Oh,
so she was a counselor, she was a therapist. We saw it. And it was right in our front, at our kitchen table. And she would tell us about, things that she went through at work and things like that, and how important it was for people of color to actually dig into their mental wealth. Not mental health, mental wealth. Oh. Are you investing in things that bring you peace? Are you spending your time with things that are going to enrich your life?
Oh, wow.
Are you saving? Are you saving those experiences that are going to make you a better person? And then it's going to pay you dividends.
That's so good.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, mental health is important, but are you actually investing in your mental wealth? So that's kind of what this is. And I think Black folk in general, people of color in general, it's really important because we understand how hard it is. We understand how hard it is just to be in America or be in any country right now. So right now, with all the things going on in the world, everybody needs to just sit back and hug somebody.
Yes, just hug your homies.
Hug somebody.
Your mom sounds like she needs to also be releasing quotes and things.
Definitely.
Mental wealth?
Mental wealth.
That's beautiful.
Mental wealth, absolutely.
That's
mental
so good.
Wealth.
But
yeah.
what's been the response when you wear this out in public or with your friends?
Yeah.
Are you just walking around like...
It's a conversation starter. Yeah, I mean, it's a conversation starter. People, most of the time they look. Do you know what that knot was for? I said, I don't know, bro, because some of them were like tie-dye, some of them were black.
And then when you throw in the...
You see what I'm saying? So you can have to spin it how you want to spin it. So in June, I'll release some tie-dye ones.
Okay.
And then
all right, we're supporting Pride.
We're all encompassing.
That's so good. But so you get like nods, you get acknowledgments.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
Has it started a conversation with
it has.
you? Okay.
So a lot of times when I work at work, people say, hug your homies. And then they give me a hug.
Oh.
You
Wait,
know,
that's so sweet.
Just give me a hug. Like, okay, I'm gonna hug you. So that right there, that alone is what I wanted. I wanted a conversation starter, and I wanted something to kind of make people talk about the importance of mental health. People ask me, I say, well, it's a mental health wellness shirt.
Yeah.
And it's important to embrace your people, those strong ones, the ones that are going through things. A lot of times, people that are strong, like myself, we may not say what's on our mind, or we may not convey what we're going through.
Yeah.
So we need sometimes to just be hugged and say, you know what, I feel good because you're actually showing me care and compassion. So I think that's the importance of this line, is making sure that we hug our homies.
Mm-hmm.
I wear it proudly, and I always tell people, no matter what age you are, a person of color, make sure you make your ancestors proud. Make them proud, and make sure that you show proudness by your actions and the things you do, your mannerisms, and how many people you bless. Because I always hear that you can tell how blessed you are by how many people you have actually blessed. So my blessings come from helping other people. That's kind of how I look at things, and that's how I gauge my success.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Making your ancestors proud. And that's the kind of coming back to the clothes for a second. That is also a line that you carry here in the store.
That's right.
I love that. I just love that line, making your ancestors proud.
That's
We're
right.
coming off of Black History Month. It's
that's right.
all about making your ancestors proud.
That's right. That's right. And that's a line that we also cherish because it's just a reminder that everything that we're doing today is a celebration. Is jubilation of all those people that came before us. Those Fred Hamptons, those Richard Pryors, those Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, those people, Frederick Douglass, all those people that came before us that laid the foundation. They did it because for me. They did it for the Rain Shop. They did it for me to be here, to be successful, to be promoting Black excellence. They did it for me. So that's why I'm doing it. And
they did it for you.
They did it for me. They did it for the Rain Shop. So thank you very much, Malcolm X. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, MLK.
Malcolm is like your favorite.
Malcolm is my favorite. Malcolm is my first book that I ever read was Malcolm X, the autobiography. That was the first book I ever read cover to cover.
How old were you? Do you remember?
I had to be about...
Is that like when you finally read like your first like chapter?
First chapter book. Now I've read elementary books. But I mean my first novel that I read without being forced. And then I saw the movie, and it was just like, oh man. And then I forced my kids to read the novel.
You're like, you are going to learn.
I said you're gonna learn about Malcolm, because Malcolm's he don't get the praise, and I just want to make sure that he gets the praise that he deserves. So everything that I do, even my work email, I have a picture of Malcolm as my thumbnail. And
do you?
Really radical. I don't care.
Oh, but I love this.
I don't care.
I'm learning so much, and I love it.
Yeah, I don't care.
Well, and I think we kind of just keep coming back to the times that we're living in right now, and I just know, prior to this most recent election, things were already, we were just kind of in a rough spot. But now like I hear from friends of mine that work maybe in like higher education, right? And you see like DEI getting diminished or flat out just canceled and all of that. And I think now is really an important time to embrace that culture and to check on your people and to hug your homies. That's because everything just kind of feels heavy.
Everything
at the moment.
Heavy. Yes.
It is.
It is.
Yeah, it very definitely is. What would you say has been your favorite part about this line?
I have goals for this line. So I would love to do like programs where we can actually come out and do some workshops. We can also teach either the clients or the company about what it means to make a shirt, what the Hug Your Homies push is.
It's really beautiful.
Definitely.
And, I did not know that your mom had her master's in social work. So I'm sure that your take on mental wellness is wildly different than some of like your friends. I'm sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, because I even think about generationally, like going to therapy and thinking about those things that were like good for our mind, like I don't know, like yoga, mindfulness, all of those things. Like even the generation before me, I don't know that it was nearly as big of or that there was nearly as big of an emphasis on it. So do you feel like that has kind of set you apart from your peers as you've, walked through life, kind of having that mental wealth that your mom had talked about, would you say?
Yeah, I think so. Because having a mom that understands the importance of peace of mind, of tranquility, serenity, a normal childhood, I guess what is normal, but a childhood where my mom was there, my dad was there, they both worked, and my mom made sure that we understand the importance of God, the importance of working hard, the importance of family, those cornerstones, those values, those morals, she instilled in me. My friends, they admire that, and I think that's what makes us a good group of friends, because I have that understanding and I focus in on my mental health. I call it the peace train, is what I call it nowadays. But I want to get as many folks on that peace train as possible. This is a life short, it's borrowed time, so we don't have time for stress. And this is a reminder that we have to make sure that we vacation, take care of our bodies, eat right, and make sure, and all that is all encompassing with hugging your homies. It's a mental health holistically. So yes, you should be doing something for your body, what you put in your body, what you eat, what you drink, what you listen to, the news you watch, everything that you are encountering should have a positive spin to it, so it can actually enrich your life.
Definitely. And I'm sure the people that you have around you as well kind of falls. The peace train. You have so many good, I don't even know what they're called, just so many good little taglines, I guess.
Thank you.
What do you do for self-care? What do you do for your mental health?
I love to travel. I'm very busy, but I love to travel. I always say that California is my second home. I've always loved California since I was little. I've been a big fan, like Men's Society, Boys in the Hood. That's what I grew up on as a kid. So when I actually went there, I glorified it as a kid. There's a fantasy world, and I went there, and just the weather, the beaches, the food, the minorities, just being in a place where it was a true melting pot. I have never seen so many cultures, so much entrepreneurship. So California is my number one destination for a vacation. Other than that, music. I'm really big on music. I listen to a lot of old music. I read. I'm a father. I'm a husband. So that takes a lot of my time. And I also am another entrepreneur. I own another business. So
I don't know where you find the time to travel. Like when you just said that, I'm like, wait, but don't you own like 4 businesses?
But yeah, I own a daycare as well, and that's actually the mothership to all of this. When I was working at CPS, still am, I sat in the classroom one day and I said, you know what? I'm sitting here and I have this knowledge and I'm doing it for CPS. I could do this myself, get the credentials and the certifications and do it myself. And 8 years later, I'm still doing my own daycare by myself. And then that funded the Rain Shop. It's funding all the kids and my bills, and it's everything. So, so working, reading sometime. I'm getting more into reading. I'm still old-fashioned. I still need a book in my hand. My friends are like, man, you're old school. I'm like, listen, man, I need to hold a book in my hand. I can't listen to an audio book.
Oh, so no audiobooks, no Kindle.
I can't. I'm old school. I need to see it. I need to visualize. I need to touch it. I'm a 5 senses type of guy. You know what I'm saying? I need it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
But your friends call you
old-fashioned. They call me
That's
old-fashioned.
So funny.
They call me old-fashioned. They said, why are you still holding books? I've listened to 5 books. I'm like, you listen to 5 books? Like, how are you? I said, nah, man, I need to read it, digest it, sit back. I can't listen to it.
I'm the same way. It has to be. I very much am not an audiobook person. I've listened to a couple of audiobooks, but I love having.
I gotta hold it.
Yeah,
I gotta hold it.
I will do a Kindle though.
Yeah,
that's where we differ. Just a little bit.
I got you.
That's cool though. What is it that you would say to somebody, or like if a friend came to you, and they were maybe struggling? What would you say to them to kind of just give them a bit of encouragement?
Well, I always put myself in their shoes. So I say, how would I handle the situation? So if I handle it how I would handle it, then I know it's consistent with giving good advice, because I'm not going to give myself bad advice. So the first thing that I would do is I would say, well, what I would do is then I would think about the outcomes. Like I told my kids all the time, you got to think before you act. So yeah, you want to act, but what's going to be a result of that action? So I'm really big about thinking about what's going to happen as a result of something that you do. So I'm really big about that. So making sure that you understand however you handle the situation, it could be good for you, or you can make it a lot worse with your actions.
Definitely. That's so true. That is so true. And sometimes we do not think that far in advance.
Right.
And then we pay for it later.
We all struggle, absolutely.
We all struggle. And then we all need a hug. Back to that again.
We need a hug.
Do you hope that Hug Your Homies kind of just continues this conversation that we're having here today?
Yeah, I hope it does. My hope is that everybody at some point in time has one of these shirts. My goal would be to someday, some point, connect with a agency that does work with youth or adults or anybody that's in need of mental health services, and we would love to partner with them and give a scholarship, donation, royalties. We don't want to, I guess, make money off mental health.
Yeah.
We want to encourage the people that are helping people struggle with mental health, if that makes sense. We have some ideas that I don't want to say right now that are around the Hug Your Homies, but we got some things in the pipeline that we're working with that we want to dig back into the community. That's my big thing. I've conquered all my goals. Everything that I've made as far as a list, I've checked them all off. So now I'm playing with house money. So now I can do these ventures that I have that are fun, that I think will be enriching for the community or give back to something.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I am now. I've reached my goals. So now the fun begins.
Yeah.
Now the fun begins. There's no more work. Now it's just now I'm my victory lap, as you could say.
Yeah. Now you can just really have fun with the creativity of it all too.
That's right.
And yeah, I mean, we focused a lot on this specific line within the shop, but I mean, you are always putting out something new. That's got to be fun.
It's definitely fun. That's the good thing about this. I can really flex my creativity. I have a lot of creative friends that help me along. What I may not be good in technically or media wise or technology wise, they help me out on. I have the mind, I have the ideas, and then they make it come to life.
And then they're like, okay, we'll take these ideas and let's make them happen.
Exactly that. And having those people like that, Brandon Hoff and Michael, those are my top two inspirations and my help for a lot of things you see in here are either inspired by them or made by them or they had their hands on it. Yep. So good friends. Good to have good friends. Get some good friends. And then you can hug your homies. And it'll be great. I owe them 1,000 hugs. they've
You're like, I owe them a lot.
I owe them a lot of hugs. They've really helped out.
No, it's cool. It's really cool though. Your one best friend was here.
Yes,
the last time
that's
that
actually Laurent. I've known him the longest. I've known him for about, since I was 13.
Oh,
since I was 13.
That's
yeah,
so sweet. Yeah, he was our audience.
Yes,
the last time.
Yes. He's a funny guy. Funny guy. Great guy. And all my friends are great guys. The same group of friends I've had for over 20 years. Same guy. They're all fathers. They're all career men. They're all good humans. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's important for me because I couldn't be where I am if the people I hang with are not good guys. All the guys I hang with are solid young men and they all have goals and they all are doing things, positive things.
And within those friendships too, because I think what society does wrong a lot of the times when it comes to talking about mental health or feeling comfortable about opening up about it to the people that are in your life. I feel like we always tell men that they have to be strong or they can't have a bad day or and specifically black men, you got to stay strong and just keep it pushing, all of those things. Do you and your friends have really real conversations about mental health, would you say, or just things that maybe you are dealing with on the day to day?
Definitely. I think I have a group, we have a group text. And that's our form of communication, and we really lay it out in there.
Yeah,
that's really therapeutic for us. We also, for the first time in 20 years, went on a guys trip, just us four, to Chicago, and that was so therapeutic for us, just to get out and just talk. And it was like we was in high school again, and those type of things is when we can really talk about what's going on in our life, our successes, our struggles. I'm very transparent with my best friends. I'm very transparent. I think that's important. If I hold back from those I love most, then who am I going to confide in? If the people I love the most, I can't tell. So we talk a lot, and I think as black men, it's important for us to do those things. My best friend Brandon, he actually has attended mental health wellness seminars in different states, and he's really big on mindfulness and yoga. I'm a little heavier than he is, so
I was gonna say, are you into yoga at all?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say that I'm a firm believer in it, and there is some benefits to it. I had back surgery, and a lot of the things that I was doing was yoga like based. So I'm a believer in it in that aspect of it. But a lot of the things, I'll just say I'm not physically able to do. I'll just say that.
Understood. But Brandon is.
Brandon absolutely is.
Okay.
He's more nimble than I am. So yeah, he does it. He does the mindfulness. He does the meditation, and he does a lot of that stuff. That he kind of introduced me to that side of mental health. Yeah.
I honestly, this is just a complete sidebar. It could be a side quest for the Rain Shop. You should totally host some sort of like little yoga retreat with like R&B music.
That would be nice.
I've been looking for that.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
And they have some, but it's not cultural. I'll say that.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
why
say
I'm
that.
saying
Yeah.
I think it could be.
Yeah.
Yes.
And thank you for that because I want to do more workshops here, and that's something that would be really good
And
to do here.
you gotta go out there. You gotta show us how to do it.
Well, God willing.
Lord
God
willing,
Lord
we will be safe.
We'll give it a try. But I've actually loved to host things here. And that would be good. I actually want to do a plant and sip. All those things are therapeutic. All those things, plant and sip.
Yes.
So
you
all
should
those things,
totally do that.
I definitely want to do it. Everybody keeps saying that. Everybody keeps saying that.
I'd sign up tomorrow.
I know everybody says that, but I don't want to. What I've realized is there's 1,000 paint and sips. There's 1,000 of them. Okay,
and they have so many different variations of them now too.
I want mine to be the best.
Oh.
So in that regard, I'm like Dr. Dre. I'm a perfectionist. So I'm gonna continue to keep producing and creating, but I don't want to release it or say it's ready until I know it's ready.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I don't want to just.
So we don't know when this is gonna happen.
You don't know what's gonna happen. I've been planning this since I opened the shop.
And the shop has been open for
2 years.
Okay.
2 years. So that's how methodic I am about planning this because I can't fumble it. I cannot fumble it. I can't fumble it because a lot of guys don't do planning sips. A lot of them are women centered. A lot of them are women led. So I want to show them that guys have green thumbs too.
Yeah, I mean you do.
Yeah.
And that's another big aspect of this. And like you said, that's another therapeutic thing. I think too, one thing that I've tried to do more of recently is just like do more things that bring me joy.
Yes.
And peace.
That's right.
And like that tranquility that you were talking about. Like I've been coloring.
That's right.
I've just been coloring in
Adult
a coloring
coloring
book.
is a thing.
My husband's over there in the corner. He can attest to that. I always fall asleep with the marker in my hand.
That's good.
But like doing things with plants or like painting.
Yes.
I'm no artiste by any means, but it's just very therapeutic to have something like that. Like doing things with our hands, doing things off of our screens.
Yes.
Because that's what we lock into all day, every day.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, a plant and sip. Let me know if I can help.
Definitely. I definitely will need a lot of help. I'll need a lot of help because I want to make sure. I've seen a lot of them. Yes. A lot of them are good. A lot of them are good, but I just think that we could take it to the next level.
I think we could too.
The next level because a lot of them that I don't see, which I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway. A lot of them that I don't see I don't see plant merchandise being given to every attendee. Every attendee should have a plant shirt that they leave with.
Oh.
I just believe that.
Yeah.
And then you just have that, and then you just keep that going. Every time you have an event, you put out a new plant shirt, and and the plant shirt will be tied to whatever plant that we're planting. And then we're not just gonna be just grabbing a plant from Lowe's and then just throwing it into a pot. We're not doing that.
No, we can't.
We're gonna actually we're gonna understand what the plant is.
Yes.
What the purpose of the plant is.
Yes.
Understand what it would do for your space. Like we want to really dig in and dissect and understand, not just put a plant from. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's nothing more therapeutic than putting your hands in fresh soil. Your actual no gloves. I'm talking about actual soil. Like feel the earth. I'm telling you, it's so
grounding.
There's nothing better. Nothing better.
No, I believe you.
Definitely.
Okay, so we have an event planned.
Yes,
we
definitely.
have big dreams for the shirt.
Yes.
For Hug Your Homies. Anything else that you're really excited about that's kind of like on the horizon at the moment?
Right now, we'll continue to keep expanding into different schools and in small businesses. Like I said, we don't care if you catch raccoons. We don't care if you own a laundromat. We don't care what you do for your small business. We want to make your stuff for you. That's what we want to continue to do. We want to. We want to make. We don't care. We want to make it for you, and that's kind of where I want my stamp everywhere across the nation. So, in order to do that, I have to tap into every business. So, no matter what the business is, let us make it for you.
Whether you catch raccoons,
yes.
What would they call? What is that?
Critter getters. Critter getters. We can make your stuff.
No.
We can make their stuff for them.
Is that a real business?
I think so.
Okay.
And they catch raccoons and things that I can make their stuff though. I can make their stuff.
Okay, well, Critter Getters.
Give me a call, Critter Getters. I got you. Yeah, give me a call,
man. That would be great. And also, if people want to learn more about the Rain Shop and also keep up with everything that you have going on, because obviously you have so many wonderful things happening, not just here in Cincinnati, but I mean, you can ship your shirts anywhere.
All over the U.S.
Tell me all about that.
Free ship. So you can shop online. That's a good thing. So our motto at first was brick and mortar. We're not going to worry about retail. People don't want to shop online because they want to come in and touch it and feel it. And then I was convinced that you're totally wrong. And I pivoted and I said it's time for a website. So even if I'm not here, which we're not here throughout the week, but we're open every weekend from 12 to 7 and Sunday from 12 to 4. We're online at theraignshop.com. Not rain like rain, precipitation. Not that rain. REIGN, like king, royalty, majesty, opulence. That rain. So theraignshop.com, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, during Ramadan, during Easter, during Christmas, no matter what holiday, the Rain Shop is always open online.
Oh, that's true.
Always open online.
I was going to say, I was like, are you going to be here during all the holidays? But
we're always open online.
You're always open
online. Always open online.
Absolutely.
Every day.
And I know you just kind of touched on this briefly, but I should have asked this at the beginning. Tell me about the name for the store, because there is significance.
There is. So the logo has a hidden meaning, and the store name has a hidden meaning. So the logo, let me see if I can. So the logo, it has a crown. That's for opulence, excellence. There's a lion. The lion's the king of the jungle, right? And at the bottom, holding everything up, is the tree. The tree is the foundation of everything. We don't have air. We're walking around dead if we don't have air, because the oxygen comes from where? Trees.
True.
The family tree. You know what I'm saying? So the tree is very important. So that's the symbol. And rain just sounds better than king. Marketing wise, the Rain Shop sounds better than the King Shop. Yeah, the King Shop sounds pornographic.
No.
So the Rain Shop just sounds a whole lot better.
It does.
Right? It sounds way lot better, right? The King Shop just sounds Larry, what's his name? Larry Flint. Larry Flint.
Anthony, maybe.
Yeah, Larry Flint. You know who Larry Flint is.
Okay, yeah, because I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Look him up.
Yeah, we don't want that to sound pornographic.
Yeah,
That's
so
not what we're going for.
Yeah, the Rain Shop is just, like I said, marketing wise, and then it looks better on clothes than King. So we just went with that.
I feel like it just kind of comes with a certain essence of like excellence as well.
Absolutely.
Which very
Opulence.
much speaks to what you're doing here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you for talking with us. We really appreciate it.
Definitely.
Remember, hug your homies.
Hug your homies. All your homies. Mom, dads, uncles, grandmothers, hug them all. Everybody deserves a hug. Yes, partners. That's the first thing I thought of. But
no, that's good. We need that, though. People need to know. Thank you again for tuning in to the Hope Mindset podcast, and be sure to get connected with us on social media. You can find us anywhere with the @name @HowAboutHope, and stay tuned for more episodes. And once again, I'm so grateful for you being here. Thank you so much. You are not alone. Your story matters. And remember, you can use your experiences to help others. Go out there, spread some love, spread some light, and you'll hear from us soon.